Why cleaning systems and programs from coaches and consultants don't work. We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. Now today's show is brought to us by mycleaningconnection.com, and that is a resource hub for all sorts of cleaning stuff. You'll find books and blogs and podcasts and videos and products and supplies and equipment and uniforms. It's a bunch of stuff to help you grow your cleaning business. All right, on to today's session, which is from a house cleaner who also owns a window washing company, who said that resources like videos on YouTube and coaches and consultants are lying about their products and the simplicity of the use, and we have painted an erroneous picture about the ease of the house cleaning business and how hard it actually is. And so today we're going to address that because that's a valid question. Now, I would like to liken the systems and the programs that are offered by coaches and consultants to a diet. Now, there is no one diet that fits all because we're all different body types and we're all wired differently and we all have a different mental relationship with food. And so if you pick one diet, there may be elements of that diet that work for you. Following that diet to a T may not work for every single person that tries that diet. Now, the reality is lots of people will swear to a diet. They buy into a diet. They buy books and training programs and vitamins and blenders and all kinds of fancy stuff. And then they don't follow the diet. And so the diet does not work for them. So this is similar to a diet. There is no one program that fits all. And so if you buy into a program or you hire a coach or you hire a consultant, there will be things that they talk about that might trigger an idea with you. And you say, oh, that idea would not work with me at all, but I could take that idea, I could tweak it a little bit, and here's what I could do with it. So the whole purpose of having a program is not to buy into it and to implement it step by step, because although there are step-by-step guides, and if you follow them, you're going to get really close to your end result. But the reality is a lot of people don't follow them at all, okay? We all have different relationships with food. Going back to the food analogy, there are people that buy food and they lay it out on their kitchen cupboard in a nice display. They go through and they repackage everything into smaller portion sizes. They put them inside their fridge. They label everything for every day of the week so that they don't overeat, and they're all about portion control. There are other people who may even live in the same house that have a different relationship with food. And they go out and buy cookies and crackers and potato chips and stuff like that. And they hide them in the dishwasher and the dryer and in the bottoms of drawers and the backs of closets so that the other family members won't see them eating all this fun, what we call extracurricular food, right? So there are people even in the same house that have the same common sets of beliefs and the same common lifestyle, have very different approaches to things. So when it comes down to the program that you buy into, the program that you buy into has a lot to do with the filters you're running it through. How are you wired up here? If you were born and raised in a philosophy that money is the root of all evil, it doesn't matter what system you buy. Unconsciously, you will do whatever you can to sabotage your business success so that you don't make money, so that you are not evil. Now, I was one of those people. I grew up in a poverty mentality that it was a bad thing to make money. And so the reality is, as I got older and I started having bill collectors call me, that was bad. It was more bad to me to have people interrupt my day with bill collections and I wasn't responsible and I hadn't paid them on time and all these things. That was more bad to me than making money. So I had to reframe my thinking and say, wait a second, these beliefs no longer serve me. And I had to let go of those beliefs that I had been programmed with because it didn't work for running a successful empire. I had to let go of those beliefs. So if you have beliefs that are hindering you somehow, you're going to have to address that. Another thing that you have to think about is there are issues that you have to deal with on a day-to-day basis that have nothing to do with your business. They may be family issues, like maybe you have an ailing parent who just had a stroke and half of their body is paralyzed. Okay, that has nothing to do with your cleaning business, but now you have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis. So if you bought a program and suddenly you have this extra thing in your life, this program may not work how you expected it to work. Another thing is maybe you have a 15-year-old teenager and they're a bratty, entitled teenager and they steal your car and they run amok in the community and they cause all kinds of chaos and they do drugs and have wild parties and all kinds of things against your knowledge. Okay, now you have this extracurricular thing going on, and while you're trying to run a system to build your business, you have other things going on. And so the filters that you're running a program through, that's it. It's just a filter. There's always other stuff going on that make your life miserably hard. And so to try to run a program for your business is hard. It's really hard. But the systems are simple. And the reason the systems are simple is because they are systematic. If you follow these things, you get certain results. There are people that jump in and they say, well, I'm going to charge X amount of dollars for house cleaning. That's great. You go charge whatever you want. But the reality is if the market does not bear that particular price and you overcharge, you're going to have a couple of clients and then you're going to say, well, the system doesn't work. It's not that the system doesn't work. It's that there's something that you're doing that's incorrect. And it's incorrect for the market that you're in or the niche that you're in or the way that you're doing it or the way that you're marketing it. There are people that come to me all the time and they say, well, what I'm doing is not working. I'm doing everything you said, but it's not working. So we take a look at their advertising, and their advertising will have one sentence about their business. There's no depth. There's no explanation. There's no reason why somebody should hire you. If there were 3 house cleaners and one had a really detailed portfolio with before and after pictures and a story about how they got into the house cleaning business, and this is a 3-generation business, and they've been serving clients for over 60 years, and then you have somebody with a 1-sentence profile that says, I clean houses, who are you going to choose, right? It's not that people are dumb. It's that there are different ways to run your business inside the exact same system. So yeah, it's really hard. And what complicates it is people that just expect they're going to buy a program and the program is going to mysteriously just work for them without them working the business. So I got news for you. And here's where the harsh realities of the programs that don't work come in. They don't work if you don't work. You have to jump in and say, okay, I'm going to take what I learned and I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to learn it and I'm going to let it dance around in my head. And after a while, something's going to click. And I'm going to go, yeah, that idea is for me. That works for me. I'm going to do that and then go do it. Just saying, that works for me is not enough because it doesn't work for you just by you knowing it. You have to apply what you've learned. And you have to apply what you've learned through all of the other filters that are going on. The ailing parents, the bratty teenagers, the newborn, and not getting any sleep at night and being up for 3 and 4 hours of every night that you should be sleeping. There are things that are going on that will affect your business. So it's not that the programs don't work, but it's that the programs are designed to do a certain thing. And what they're usually designed for is to shave years off the learning curve so that you don't have to go through all the trial and error. But the reality is having a business is tough. It's really tough. And you have to do it consistently every single day. And you have to follow the systems every single day. Even if you've tweaked them or modified them a little bit, whatever you tweaked and modified, you have to do every single day because consistent application results in consistent rewards and results. And so if you're going to do something sporadically and you're going to be all gung-ho for a week, that's not going to produce long-lasting results. And so you can step back and go, oh, the system didn't work. No, it's not the system didn't work. You did not work. So my reality to you is, yeah, running a business is tough, but there are systems you can participate in that will shave years off the learning curve and it will streamline your process. So when all this other stuff happens, you're able to cope and manage and still grow that empire. Alrighty, that's it for today. And until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.